right, so I hope you are excited for what's up next. We have gathered all the latest and greatest in Scribbles to share with you this season, and or in this session and this season. I'm going to leave you all in suspense as we spin through the next 30 minutes together. So up first, Tom Austin with ScribOnline. All right, Tom, what do you have for us?
Hey everybody, before I get started, I just received a memo from development, wanted me to read it. The following screenshots are subject to change as we are still working on the graphical user interface. The only reason you are seeing these is because Tom would not leave us alone, and we all know how irritating he can be. So,
wow, that is quite a disclaimer. All right.
So, it's a keyword to our new archive, to the new version of archive, is simple. Okay, so it's going to have simple searching, simple document uploads, simple permissions, and simple user creation. So we're going to kind of walk through a little bit of that. It's not going to be a whole lot, but I was able to beat about three screenshots out of them. Okay, so next slide, please. So on the left, you can see it is a simple single box Google search. So at the very top, it's kind of hard to see because it's a little blurry, but at the very top is a blank where you can put search. So one type of search that we are going to have with the new archive is the single box Google search, where I can just put somebody's name, I can put just a birth date, I can put different index values and different points right into that system that way. Then on the right side, you have the more advanced search where we can search by other index values like last name, first name, date of birth. And you could put specifically, I'm looking for this value in this index. So we'll have those two separate types of searches so that we're hoping that it'll simplify your searching ability. Next slide, please. Upload. So right now, to be able to upload an individual document, you would need to have script capture. Though we will still have script capture as part of this, so you could scan directly in. You will also have the ability to simply navigate and upload a document from your computer. So you would put in the indexes, you would then navigate to the document, or you can drag and drop it. If you see that little dark box in the upper right-hand corner, it says drag and drop. Or you can drag it, drop it into that little box right there, and you'll be able to upload that individual document inside of your browser. Next screenshot, please. And then the other piece is you'll be able to easily create your document type. So we'll be moving away from what is currently a document class structure into a more doc type structure. A document class structure has got this parent and child in relationship, and what we're going to be moving to is more of a document type structure where it's more of a tagging a type of document on it as opposed to structuring and tying it to other types of documents. So this structure will give you a lot more flexibility in being able to handle different types of documents. And so that is the snapshot of the new ScribOnline. This will be coming out. My understanding is early mid next year. So you guys will be be able to see it then.
Wow. That's really soon. Early next year. That's like
I said early to mid next year.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the mid. I only hear what I want to hear. So I heard early and
yeah, early to mid.
We really want to thank Tom for showcasing this and our development team, because they are working hard to get this done. So we really appreciate them, and we will have a reason to celebrate in early to mid next year. Thanks, Tom.
We also want to remind Tom that this is being recorded too. Just so.
Thanks, Tom. Up next is Ron. Ron is a partner here at Scribbles Software, and he's going to share what's happening with our blockchain product, ScribChain.
Great. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Also, Amazon for coming in and giving us a real detailed overview. One of the things I want to say real quick about Amazon is they've been a great partner of ours. They take care of all those technical terms that you looked at and all so that we can focus on providing great solutions to school districts. So we certainly appreciate them as a technical partner. Along with that, we're partnering on blockchain initiative, which is what we're talking about here for the next 10 minutes. Real quick, a quote from American Council on Education. Basically, blockchain technology will give the learners greater control over their educational records, like we've done with things like currency, for example, right? With blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. It's enabling a more seamless transition between and across K-12 schools, be that a district or a school itself, higher education, and the workforce. That's really what we're all about when we're talking about Scrib blockchain. We're using it today, and you're using it today when we do K-12 transfer. It's not just a record that is encrypted using encryption technology. It's also sending it to the blockchain, so that way the person at the other end can verify that information. So next slide, please. So when we think about the traditional learner, the student, at the end of the day, they just want to maybe get their transcript to a college or university, right? So the learner has to go to the district office, or they, depending on the age of the student, or to the school and say, geez, I want to have my track record sent to a post-secondary institution. Next slide. So what happens today in the traditional world is whether you're using ScribOrder or you're doing it through mail, the processor pulls the transcript or record, could be out of a file cabinet, could be microfilm, heck, could be out of your student information system, and you're going to send it to that college or university. The college university is going to look at that record then, because it's sent by you, the K-12 school district, and they're going to say, wow, this has been signed, sealed, and delivered by a FERPA compliant institution, therefore it's an authenticated record. Next slide. What we do from a ScribChain perspective is we're taking that student record, we're providing a secure digital record of that transcript and that student record. So it's logged and it's secure, right? It allows the student potentially, depending on the school district's policies and procedures around sending information for students, but it gives the student the ability to have control of their own record. And it also allows the university, employer, government agency, could be a military recruiter, to validate that is an authenticated record as well. Next slide. So we think about what the future holds and what we see, and this, we may be a few years away from this, but we're positioning all the school districts we serve so that way you can serve your students not only today, but into the future. What Scribbles is providing is the ability for that learner to potentially send their own record to a post-secondary institution of their choice, maybe send it to a job or a recruiter getting into the military. They would have the ability to send their own record in the future using Scribbles software, as opposed to having to go to the school district. Next slide, please. So we think about what happens and why it makes it such a secure thing. What we're doing is we're adding nodes for every one of the school districts. So we continue to add nodes, for example, for Clark County, Nevada, for Prince George's, for Wake County, for Atlanta Public. Every node that we add strengthens the chain, and we'll continue to add nodes across the country to serve those 10 million plus students that we have today. Next slide. And if we think about where we are today, so good news, we're already using blockchain technology, right? And we've been doing it so for about 1.5 years. What we're doing is the first step of it in the kind of the evolutionary of the blockchain. We're using it for student records, to send student records and provide the ability for others to validate that record is authenticated, right? The next phase of it is, and we're actively in process right now with this, is the export from your student information system, be that PowerSchool, Focus, if it in Canvas. It doesn't really matter what the student information system is, but we can take an export of that transcript and in a PDF form, and we can load it into the Scribbles blockchain, so that gets it ready and positions it to be able to send electronically by the student or from the counselor, or maybe that records clerk at the central office, right? And then the final phase for us is working very closely with the college and universities across the country to accept a data import, import of the student information system and an export in a data format to that college university. And that's where we see things in the fall of next year, migrating to more data as opposed to a PDF format. We'll still store all the information in a PDF or a format that is acceptable, TIFF image, PNG, in our document management piece that Tom was just talking about. But we're also want to provide the ability to serve college universities as well, so it can make it easy on them. So from our perspective, everybody's winning. The student is winning because they're getting control of their own record. The school district is winning because they're the co-owners of that record, and you won't have as many calls from verification companies or kids that need multiple transcripts sent to multiple institutions. And then the institutions, the post-secondary institutions, are winning because they're receiving the information in an automated fashion and in a timely fashion. That way they can make the decisions quickly. Next slide. So if we think about blockchain, I'm going to turn this over in a second. If I could, I would like to take control to kind of, just in case you've never seen this before, I just want to show you how it works. And this ties all of our technology really together. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully everybody can see it okay. Bridget, can we see it all right?
Yes, Ron, we can see it.
Thank you. All right, so here is the lovely Scribbles website, right? And on the Scribbles website, you'll notice this view credentials, right? The view credentials file is actually using the blockchain, right? So this is how third-party entities can go in, and we use this in conjunction, obviously, with the Amazon service, right, to validate the record as being an authenticated record, right? So I have just a couple of sample files here, right? So when you go through and you send a transcript and through ScribOrder, here's what's happening, okay? Here's the sample transcript as it just is right now, right? I can do anything I would like to that transcript. I can go there and add, modify it. I can edit it. I can change something from an A to a B. I can do anything I want to do. It is nothing more than a PDF file, okay? When we send it through ScribOrder, right, through the blockchain and through our e-transcript service, what we're doing is we're sending it as an ACRO certified document. And the ACRO it's a organization of all post-secondary registrars and admissions people within the post-secondary institutes, college universities across the country. Every college university is a part of ACRO, and ACRO sends the standards for what is acceptable for electronic transcripts. So we have partnered with ACRO to also not only focus on the electronic transcript, but we've also partnered with ACRO for the future of blockchain. And we just did a webinar with them a few weeks ago. Please go out and check the recording if you would. We're going to continue to market to ACRO because they ultimately are the ones that they're the receive network. They're the network of college universities across the country that receive our e-transcripts and ultimately blockchain data. Okay. So when we think about what a transcript looks like now, we have a blue ribbon signed document. That means I can't edit it. There's nothing I can do. If I do edit, like say I open it in Photoshop or I print it to image, it automatically breaks the chain and it also breaks the blue ribbon signature. So not only do we send the transcript, but we send also a cover page, which is on the back side of the document that gives the digital signature, the sign, the seal of the school district, which makes it a ACRO compliant certified PDF transcript. Now, what we use blockchain for, I'll go ahead and close that. We can go through and validate that information so that third party, when they receive that, they can simply come in, click that they want to authenticate a record to see whether it's an authenticated record. I can drag the sample transcript, remember, which is nothing more than a PDF document, right? I drag it in, simply says invalid record, right? I'll refresh it. I can drag in another one. This is now the blockchain record. They drag it in, and it's going to go through and say it's a valid record. It's really that simple. So like Tom's talk on the simple part of a ScribOnline, we want to make it as simple as possible. We've done the same thing, although behind the scenes, it is extremely technical. We're making it very easy and simple for K-12 school districts as well as college universities to use. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Aurelia.
All right. Thank you, Ron. I hope that you all saw what Ron did there. If you were paying attention, you would see that Ron took you right to one of our mascot birds. And so next year is Aurelia, and Aurelia is the mastermind behind this themed conference. So we had so much fun making this, so many smiles. And Emma too, you can see Emma on the screen. These are the ladies that and Julia, these are the ladies that put this all together. So thank you so much. These are awesome screens and presentations, and the graphics are great, and they're fun. And we did have a lot of fun and a lot of laughs coming up with some of the
definitely.
Oh my goodness, some of the jokes. And anyway, Aurelia is going to take you through some and tell you a little bit more about our founding Scribbles product called ScribOrder, which I'm pretty sure if you're on this call, you definitely know about ScribOrder. So take it away, Aurelia.
Yeah, definitely. So just really quick, you see it says the anatomy of ScribOrder. So we're just going to take a look at ScribOrder in acronym form and kind of go over some of the highlights. Like Bridget mentioned, you guys probably know about ScribOrder, but you may not know of some of these main features and different reasons why it is a client favorite and could be a client favorite at different districts for some different reasons. So the letter O is very important, like Ron has been talking about. The letter O stands for our blockchain. We're super proud that we have all of our student documents hosted in such a secure manner, especially with blockchain technology and the way that it's growing, especially it being hosted with AWS. Everything that we do is on the cusp of innovation, and to ensure that student data and privacy is at the utmost importance for us. So then with that, we also like to take into consideration when it comes to students is the ease of the process for them. We know that most of the time when they're at the stage that they're looking to do something with their transcript, it's probably not the calmest time in their life. So we want to make sure that our process for them has made anything as much as, sending a transcript to a university, making that so much more simple to not have to meet with someone at a school. They're able to access ScribOrder from a mobile device. They're able to send electronic documents securely right over to their university, and they're able to get updates about that document. So they're able to ease some anxiety on their end. It's a really great solution. It's a win-win-win, we always say. So with that, when they do send their, okay. So as a piece of this, the main feature of ScribOrder is that it generates funds. And this is something that is a reason that it's part of our flagship solution, is that ScribOrder automatically generates funds for school districts, and we're able to cut a check to school districts monthly, and school districts are able to do as they please. So based on our partnerships right now, we have school districts that are averaging about $19,000 in generated funds by using ScribOrder. So we get really excited when we hear about some different ways that school districts are able to use our better than free solution to benefit families and students and their communities just by just using this solution. And as students, I was mentioning earlier, as students are able to send their transcripts electronically, they're actually using what we like to call our eTrans network. It's the way that we refer to institutions that are part of our network that receive our transcripts, sort of as Chandler mentioned earlier with the validation codes and that sort of that aspect is the eTrans network of our ScribOrder solution. So very robust, and also has all these little facets that make it work. But we're very proud of our eTrans network. We have over 6,500 institutions that are part of that. If you're interested in learning more, you can check this QR code here at the bottom, and we have some more explanations about that. And then I know we mentioned it was really simple for students, but this is also important to you guys. It's really, really simple for staff, alleviating some of the processing where you don't have to go and hunt for a transcript, where you're able to do it all. You're able to see that little green leaf and get excited that that's a quick process. And then you're able to save time to focus on, what's important to you during your day. You don't feel too overwhelmed. So we're really proud that we're making that process easy on staff as well.
Thank you, Aurelia. That was awesome. If you ever want to just talk about ScribOrder, talk to Aurelia, because it is definitely your favorite product for sure. Anytime we start talking about what are we going to do, how are we going to let people know about ScribOrder, Aurelia like, oh, we can do this, and we can do this, and we can do that. So thank you so much for sharing that. And again, thank you all on the screen for the amazing slides that we get to look at and view as we go through this. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. And next up, we have Matthew. Matthew is going to share a little bit about PreK, ScribPreK. So Matthew, what do you have to tell us about our youngest little learners?
Hey, everybody. My name is Matthew. So they may be our youngest little learners, but if you're in PreK, I think we can all agree that they have some needs beyond, the regular K through 12 that are pretty interesting. So we've created this bundle to meet the needs of PreK. So it's pretty cool. You get to use the features from Script Choice. So that's things like lotteries that we can help run to manage tracking students, what school they're going to, where we're offering them seats to. You also get access to the full capabilities of ScribEnroll. So that's just like your regular K through 12 enrollment. We can do automated emails, text messages, and phone calls through that as well. And then forms. PreK gets their own bundle of 5 forms. So your district may already be a forms user, and those come in bundles of 5. PreK is going to get their own 5. We've done forms for shaken baby syndrome, tobacco attestation, different forms that are required from the state that we can make on forms. It makes it super easy to run reports on those, print those. If you were ever to get audited, it makes it really easy having those on forms to find that information. So one other, if you can go to the next slide, Bridget. So this is our newest feature that we've added to PreK. This is our income calculator. What this allows you to do is, if your district and state is offering seats based on income, this allows you to enter parents, 2 separate parents. You can enter income for them. There's tons of deductions and additions you can add to this calculator here, and it's going to rank the student. When you rank the student, it's going to put them on a list. Okay, we call it our continuous ranked list. Okay, and it's going to rank students. If you go to the next slide, Bridget, this here is what it looks like. So it's going to rank students based on their income from 1 to however many thousand you guys get. And this is a list you guys can use, and we can assist you with this to offer seats to your PreK students. So PreK is very unique. So you basically get the benefits of 3 products in 1.
Thanks, Matthew. That was a lot to share. You did that, I think, even quicker than the 5 minutes you were allotted. Thank you very much. With that?
Short and sweet.
Yeah, more time for you to drink that coffee at 1:24.
Got it right here.
All day long. All day long, Matthew's drinking coffee. All right. Thank you, Matthew. We appreciate that. And last up is me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our services. So we have so much going on in the world and in Scribbles, and we're always trying to take that education temperature so we know what tools are needed and what would be helpful to you as you do your job and focus on kids and learning. So we have several services that we offer, and I'm going to just take you through a few of those today. First up is conversion services or scanning. This is definitely a customer favorite. If you are ready to digitize or convert your records, let us know. We kind of own that business, and we know exactly the people that can help you out. So give us a call. Next up is ScribSam. This is actually pretty new, and ScribSam is just a it's cloud-based student account management and automation. So we will be offering more information on that and probably doing a webinar as well for that. And finally, on this screen, we work with school districts that want to outsource some of their processes. So we help to ensure FERPA compliance, and we take that workload from you. On the next screen, you can see that we have some consulting services that we are excited to offer. I know I shared with you earlier that family engagement is near and dear to my heart, and so is program choice. So we like to work with school districts to uncover new ways to connect with families. And that's really a specialty of ours. So we know that you have a unique district, and we want to partner with your district to bring that uniqueness out to be able to showcase to families. So we have several people here on staff that have planned, implemented, and successful choice and magnet programs for public schools. So we would be happy to work with you on that. And our team has the experience and tools to identify unique traits and opportunities for various educational opportunities for your students and families. So if you want more information about that, let us know and we will be there for you.